Kubrick's best masterwork, 2001: A Space Odyssey. I was absolutely baffled by how this movie was directed from start to finish, from the amazing jump cut in the beginning to its imagery of the future. Keep in mind, this was made in 1968, even before people landed on the moon, even before that was even a thought. It has ideas on evolution, it has ideas on science, it has ideas on what the future would have been like, and it says it's set in 2001. People could argue it's close, people could argue it's not close, people could argue we've done a little better. An unbelievable experience, because especially during the space station, when the main character is doing laps around the space station, I could not understand how they absolutely filmed that, and then I understood why, and I was just blown away every single time. And we also have the creepy voice of the HAL, HAL robot voice, the classic starting of the creepy robot who turns everything into evil.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What's the problem?
I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do.
Kubrick has done something special here. He has taken sci-fi to a whole nother level by using his ingenious mind and his baffling direction that just had me entranced at that so many times.
And I find it's an opera piece. Like, if you look at it, it's just the music of motion.
It's just literally just Kubrick playing it like a fiddle. And the thing is, like, I saw it on Blu-ray. It is absolutely amazing.
Oh, you gotta get it on Blu-ray.
I could not believe what it looked like on Blu-ray. And like obviously that adds to the film. But even if I saw this in like this 1968 film print, I would still be blown away.
Come on, hit me before I lose my nerve. Ow! It hit me in the ear!
It was on the tip of everyone's tongue.
Can I be next?
We just gave it a name.
Gentlemen, welcome to Fight Club.
Our fourth director on our list is one you've probably heard of. He recently did stuff, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. And we're just going to forget that he did Alien 3. But his name is David Fincher, and he's a masterful director because he directed the masterpiece that is Fight Club. Fight Club is an unbelievable film that has social commentary beyond what you would even imagine among males. It's just, he grabs the male persona in that movie and takes it to a whole nother level. It's like, why do men fight? Well, here's the reason why. They want to feel better about themselves. They want to feel relieved. They want to go against everything. They want to show that they're more than they actually are. Edward Norton and Brad Pitt are standout leads, and I think some of their best performances I've seen in their careers. Fight Club also bends your mind, especially in some parts where it starts to go surreal on you, okay? You're watching this film, and you're thinking, oh, okay, it's going to be about men beating the crap out of each other. Well, no, it's not. It's definitely not about that at all, and people who think that it is should really get out and see it, because this is something special, honestly.
Well, yeah, it is a great movie. It's also my favorite film is Fight Club. Also, I hate to have to agree with you, but I love this film.
It's unbelievable.
So much.
Unbelievable.
We were just looking at it beforehand how it didn't even make its budget. It was way below.
Geez.
And I'm shocked because it appeals so much to the mainstream audience because there's so much action. There's a lot of smarts too. There's so much you can take out. You can watch this film so many times. You can get something new every time you watch it.
Yeah, I think the reason why, like, a lot of people, this has had one of the biggest cult followings, obviously, after it came out in 1999. It was obviously praised at the time for its ability to use sound editing, like, the punches sounded so real and the fights were so real, but nobody really understood what it was trying to say. It was just like, oh, that's cool, twist at the end. That was amazing.
Exactly.
And then it's like, well, what else is it? People didn't get it at the time. That's probably why it didn't make its budget. Over time, it's been studied and studied and studied. Amazing movie.
Great movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've traveled over half our state to be here tonight. I couldn't get away sooner because my new well was coming in at Coyote Hills and I had to see about it. Ladies and gentlemen, if I say I'm an oil man, you will agree.
Alright, so our last director who we're going to be talking about is Paul Thomas Anderson. Picking my favorite films of him is probably the hardest one because every film I've seen is just easily, I could deem it as great. But my favorite film, if I had to say, if you had to point a gun at me and tell me to pick a best movie by him, I'd have to say his most recent one, actually, There Will Be Blood, which was nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars. Should have won, I think. It stars Daniel Day-Lewis, who I think gives a performance of a lifetime. And also even Paul Dano, who's stepping up his game, just terrific as his enemy sort of alliance in the film. It's kind of interesting. But here it's pretty still for the most part, but he lets the actors act, and he captures the scenery so vividly, especially with the opening, which is a non-dialogue segment, which is just, I think it makes this decade. It's personally my favorite film of the decade, so obviously makes it my favorite film by Paul Thomas Anderson. There's so much to love about this film. Like the epic ending with basically just everything turns on its head. He loves to turn everything on its head at the end with his films. It's very interesting. It's a great movie.
I love this movie as well. When I first saw it, I really enjoyed the movie, but I was kind of perplexed by a lot of things, and then you think about it over time, and it just gets even better. The more you think about it, you want to go back and watch some scenes again. You want to, it's just the cinematography is off the chart here. The acting is off the chart here. And what else I really like is how it has views on competition among males and American capitalism.
It's frightening how much we can relate to this movie.
Yeah, it's
talking about our individualistic society and like how it's how we're very rugged and how it's almost existentialist, how we don't believe in humanity at all, which is like creepy. Like this is the most unlikable person.
There really isn't anything you could knock against this movie. Like, it's just, it's filmmaking at its highest
Okay, you
level.
put it once. It's a filmmaker's wet dream, right?
It's a filmmaker's wet dream. Exactly. You know, There Will Be Blood is amazing, but personally, if I had to pick one among Paul Thomas Anderson and all of his movies with Punch Drunk Love and on all of those great films, I think it would have to be Boogie Nights. The reason why this film is so amazing is not because the actors are incredible. It's not because it's just another take on some other familiar subject. It's the fact that it just deepens into why people are actually in the porn industry, which is obviously a revealed industry at times. There's some really interesting bonding going on. There's some amazing tracking shots, as Parker over here mentioned, and also just the performances in this movie are unbelievable. Mark Wahlberg in what I think is his best screen performance, even better than his nominated The Departed. It's a crime that he wasn't nominated for this film. Burt Reynolds is fantastic. Julianne Moore in one of her breakout roles, and Philip Seymour Hoffman in a really underrated supporting role. I thought it was really good. William H. Macy is fantastic as well. It's just everything about this movie screams, good cinema, and this is really, really what broke P.T. Anderson into the mainstream. I love that movie.
And it's a great soundtrack too.
I love the soundtrack.
I love every song. Like the opening, they play Best of My Love, the emotions, and just that tracking shot. Right, and you get to introduce all the characters. We get that out of the way right away. So we can care about these people now. We can get to know them.
When you hear, it's a movie about what people do in the porn industry, you may shy away from it. It's way more than that.
It's very honest about the porn industry.
It very is honest. It's all blatantly with its content, of course.
And take it. The ending, take it or leave it. I think it's a good ending, and I think he made the right choice. What he does with Dirk Diggler.
Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna say it either, but I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah. All right, so that's it for this week's episode. Next time you'll see us, we'll be talking about all the summer hits and what we thought of them. So be sure to check out Iron Man 2, which comes up next week, and M. Night Shyamalan's new film, The Last Airbender. Will he end his 3-film losing streak?
Yeah, we'll see about that. July 16th, mark your calendars. Inception from Christopher Nolan is coming out. That is my most anticipated film, 2010. You're gonna go see it. Also, go see Toy Story 3. It's Pixar. Just go see it. Seriously. We've also got our blogs we want you guys to check out. Mine is rogersfinaltake.blogspot.com.
Yes, mine's parkerfinaltake.blogspot.com. But for now, you watch movies.
We give you the final take.
See you later.
Too much to carry around with you. No chance of finding a woman who will love you in the morning and all the night time too.
Alright, anyways, you watch movies.
We give you the final take.
See you later.
We screwed up because it's usually I say we watch movies.
Whatever, it worked.
I think we do it one more time.
Yeah, and you didn't even say see you later at the end, so.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Fucking idiot. Okay.
Well, because I was like, oh wait, we.
We're fine. I don't understand.
No, we can't change the system, man. Stick to tradition.
Oh my lord.